We often claim to understand how valuable time is. We nod along when someone says time is precious. Yet we still spend hours mindlessly scrolling on our phones, delaying important tasks, and comforting ourselves with "I'll start tomorrow." The harsh reality is this: time is the one resource in life that can never be recovered. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose opportunities and create new ones. But once a moment slips away, it is gone forever. Most people only grasp this truth when it's already too late. This is the story of a father and his son in a quiet town surrounded by green fields and unpaved roads. The father was a disciplined man who rose before dawn, managed his small shop with dedication, and returned home each evening content with his honest work. His son, however, lived very differently. The young man would wake up late, roam the streets with friends, sit idly at tea stalls, watch others labor, and only head home when hunger struck. Whenever his father tried to guide him, the boy would casually reply, "There's still plenty of time." At first, the father offered gentle advice, then came stronger warnings, knowing that wisdom cannot be forced. It arrives only when the heart is ready to receive it. Months passed and the father grew increasingly troubled. He wasn't worried about his son becoming poor. He was deeply concerned that the boy didn't realize what he was truly losing with every wasted day. One calm evening, as golden sunlight filled their modest home, the father opened an old wooden cupboard and carefully took out an old pocket watch, wrapped in a soft cloth. The watch was aged but still ticked faithfully, its hands moving with quiet precision. Next morning, he called his son and placed the watch in his palm. "Take this to the market," the father said. "Show it to different people and ask what price they would pay for it. Speak to many, listen well, then return and tell me what you learned." The boy, though puzzled, found the task simple enough. He put the watch in his pocket and headed toward the bustling marketplace. The market was full of life, vendors shouting prices, shoppers bargaining, and the constant movement of people and vehicles stirring up dust. The boy took out the watch and began asking its value. The first shopkeeper, a textile seller, inspected it carefully and offered 450 rupees. Further down, a provision store owner said he might give 750. Near the fruit carts, another man casually offered around 900 rupees. By late afternoon, the boy had collected several different valuations. When he returned home, his father asked, "What did you discover?" The son shrugged. Everyone gave a different price. Some said 450, others 750, and one even offered 900. No one could agree. The father nodded but said nothing more. The following morning, the father handed him the same watch again. This time, he instructed calmly, "Go back to the market and ask people a different question. What is the price of the time contained inside this watch?" The boy stared at his father in confusion. "The price of the time? What does that even mean?" "Just go and ask," the father replied reluctantly. The boy returned to the marketplace. He posed the new question at the first few shops. The reactions were immediate and dismissive. The textile merchant laughed. A woman selling spices waved him away, telling him not to waste her time with foolish questions. Another man shook his head and said, "Time cannot be priced. Now leave me be." The boy felt embarrassed. For the first time in a long while, shame washed over him. He walked slower, his confidence fading with every rejection. He was about to give up and head home when he noticed a small, quiet watch repair shop tucked away in a corner of the market. Inside, dozens of clocks ticked gently on the walls. An elderly man with silver hair and calm, experienced eyes sat behind the counter, delicately repairing a timepiece. The boy gathered his courage and asked one final time, "Sir, can you tell me the price of the time inside this watch?" The old watchmaker paused his work. He looked up at the boy with kind but serious eyes, studying him for a moment. "You can put a price on the watch itself," he said gently. "One person may offer 450 rupees, another 900. But the time it holds, that has no price," he continued. "You have asked one of the most important questions in life, young man. The truth is, time cannot be bought with money, gold, or any amount of wealth. You can purchase a watch, but you cannot buy even 1 second of the time it measures." The old man set down his tools. If a wealthy man loses his fortune, he can work to regain it. If a farmer loses his harvest, he can plant again next season. If a shop is destroyed, it can be rebuilt. But if you lose 1 hour of your life, Can anyone return it to you? The boy slowly shook his head. Exactly, said the watchmaker. Not even a single second can be recovered. That is why time is the most precious thing we possess. It is given to us freely every day, yet it is priceless. He leaned forward slightly. Time has one flaw and one blessing. The flaw is that it never waits. It moves forward constantly, whether you are prepared or not. The blessing is that you still get to decide how to use it. Every human being, rich or poor, young or old, receives exactly 24 hours each day, no more, no less. The difference between those who build meaningful lives and those who waste theirs is not luck or talent, it is how they choose to spend those 24 hours. One person invests time in growth and purpose, while another lets it slip away on meaningless distraction. The boy stood silently as the old man's words sank deep into his heart. For the first time, he truly felt the weight of time. I think I understand now, the boy whispered. The watchmaker smiled softly and handed the watch back. Understanding is the beginning. The real change comes when you start acting on it. The boy hurried home, excitement and determination burning in his eyes. He recounted everything the old man had told him. His father listened quietly, then placed a hand on his son's shoulder. No long lecture was needed. The lesson had already taken root. From that day onward, the boy began to transform. He started waking up earlier, helped his father at the shop, and replaced idle wandering with purposeful work. The changes were small at first, but they grew stronger with each passing day. He discovered that focused effort brought a deep sense of peace and self-respect. Slowly, his life started taking a positive shape. The town looked the same, the narrow lanes, the noisy market, the steady ticking of clocks, but inside him everything had shifted. Many of us live like the boy once did. We keep postponing our goals, saying, "I'm still young," or "There's plenty of time." But those small delays gradually turn into lifelong habits, leading to regret and unfulfilled potential. The painful truth is that lost time doesn't announce itself loudly. It fades away silently. This story reminds us of something we already know but often fail to practice. We all receive the same 24 hours each day. What separates an extraordinary life from an ordinary or wasted one is how respectfully and intentionally we use that time. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How many hours did you spend this week on things that don't improve your future, your skills, or your well-being? How often do you tell yourself later while another day quietly disappears? The wise father in this story didn't try to force wisdom through endless talks. Instead, he created an experience that allowed his son to discover the truth himself. Real transformation almost always happens this way, through personal realization rather than someone else's words. So here's what you can do starting today. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Reduce time spent on meaningless distractions. Begin that task you've been delaying. Wake up a little earlier. Invest even one focused hour in your growth. Remember, almost everything in life can be replaced or recovered except time. Once a moment passes, it is gone forever. Respect your time. It is the most valuable asset you will ever have. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one important thing you have been putting off that you commit to starting today? Share it in the comments. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe so it can reach others who need this message. Turn on notifications so you don't miss future stories that can spark real change. Until next time, stay grateful, stay disciplined, and remember, your time is your life. Spend it wisely.